Okay, it's me, EIRR1, and I was just walking outside of this gas station right here when I noticed some hoppers just down the line here. Yeah, that's sort of weird looking thing there in the distance. Yeah, those are the hoppers. There's no locomotive whatsoever. And here we are at mile marker 1 1/4 miles for the Declo Spur. And other than that, I thought I might want to share a memory from last year about that. Yeah, memory I would like to share about this track that goes back, that I remember back in May and June of last year, and maybe July of last year. And back on May 5th, 2011, I remember that first Thursday the Burley switcher came out on this here track, and I didn't even notice it till it was at 600 East, and it was a GP40-2 LW, a former Canadian National unit. It came out with about 10 or 15 covered hoppers, and it caught me off guard. And it came out a second time that second Thursday. Back on May 5th last year. It was a former Amtrak GP40 by the number of 4042. It came out with about 10 or 15 covered hoppers. And yeah, later that month, like 2 or 3 weeks later, it came out again. And this time, it had about 23 covered hoppers. And that one really caught me by surprise by bringing out 23 covered hoppers, like I just mentioned. And it was, and the second time in May of last year, I remember it was 2 or 3 weeks later, so a good 14 to 21 days later, when it came out that second time, like I mentioned. And back in June, I remember about that first, second, third, and fourth Thursdays of June last year, it all came out on all 4 of the Thursdays back in June 2011. And that first time, it was a locomotive, a GP40-2 LW locomotive, brought about, I'd want to say about 10, maybe 10 or 15 covered hoppers. And but another week later, another 7 days to the exact day that it had came out here, it was a GP30M by the number of 3006, and it, I'd want to say, had 5, maybe 10 covered hoppers with it at the time. And coming back, I think it might have brought back about 5 covered hoppers. And it wasn't the next Thursday of the following week, it came out here again, same locomotive. And I think it might have brought about, I'm not sure how many covered hoppers it brought out, but I'd want to say it brought back about 4 covered hoppers last month. No, not last month, but that third Thursday of June last year. And the 4th Thursday, it came out for the 4th time that month. And it was a GP 35R. And it wasn't bringing out any covered hoppers, but it brought back, like, I'd want to say 10, brought back like 10-15 hoppers with it back into Burley. And it didn't come out again till July 14th. And the locomotive that came out was 1802 on July 14th, 2011. And meanwhile, that was a lot of excitement for me. Anyways, I thought I might share some memories about this Declo Spur right here, and get to tell you a little bit about that memory. And I just love this track. I live a quarter mile north of it, out by the 600 East crossing, about 0.05 miles west of it, but yeah, a good quarter mile north of it. So I guess you could say 0.3 miles. Anyways, I wish that every YouTuber watching this video can at least find something enjoyable about this video.